Alright guys, it's time. Hello, hello.
Alrighty.
Who am I talking to? Oh wait, do that again.
This is Sagemaster15. Hey nerds, we ask you to bless the stream. Well, there you go, it's blessed for now. Or cursed, depending on which you prefer. I don't know what to say. Oh god, I see you over the summoning thing.
I'm tempted. Now I'm tempted. I have the presence of Sagemaster in my vicinity. How can I not feel obligated to press this button?
But real quick, apologies to all of you yesterday. Did not mean to skip out on that. I actually had a call from work. I had to go deal with that and ended up forgetting my phone as I was there, so... Oh, man.
We are all very forgiving of you, Sages, and thank you so much for being here. So...
Oh, man.
Who is Sagemaster15?
Some idiot on the internet who posts videos and is a shit poster. Also, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying to keep... You know, I made a promise that I was not going to curse, and then in the first 5 seconds, I already broke that. I think, you know.
It's okay. When there's so much excitement, it's just
raspberries.
natural for us. It's just natural for us. So tell me, how long have you played Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem Heroes, Sages?
Just Fire Emblem or Heroes as well.
Are you the biggest nerd of us all? That would be the question.
I don't know, I'm pretty nerdy. I go outside, I become invisible, but no, I started playing, I think, at least for, Fire Emblem, I had the, the GBA game, the first one that was released in the US, but I didn't really play it too much. I really started with Awakening, and then kind of worked my way backwards since, Heroes came out and things like that.
Oh, so the Fire Emblem community would call that starting with the game that ruined the series, apparently.
Well, yes. Every time that there's a new character from Awakening or Fates, it's always like, oh, look, it's one of those characters again, and it's just like.
I don't buy into the hype. I've been playing much longer than Awakening, and actually Crom is one of my favorites. So I'm for the Awakening hype train, to be totally honest.
I mean, the way I see it is more accessibility, and they still haven't gotten rid of some of the options that made a lot of the past Fire Emblems so great. So, I casual or not, whatever, it really doesn't matter to me.
Was Grima actually like one of your favorites of all time? Was that why you wanted him?
Grima was just a really neat-looking character, and I really liked how I liked the idea of an armored dragon unit, so that's why I really wanted him.
Oh, so it was nothing to do with Awakening then. Okay.
Awakening was the first game, but yeah.
So when you see these banners that have these Awakening characters on it, do you get excited or do you get disappointed? As someone who's maybe not played Fire Emblem.
I'll be kind of frank. I really don't care too much about Morgan myself, but that's just how it is. But still, I like it. But I want to see more of the characters from previous games because I haven't really interacted with, or seen a lot of them for the most part, especially ones that haven't been translated. Things like Thracia, things like Genealogy, stuff like that.
So would you say you're more excited about the Thracia release coming up than the one
most
tomorrow?
Likely, yeah.
Or I guess that's tonight for us, for some of you.
I believe that's yeah, that's tonight. Good news for those who are always so upset about the whole timeline thing. At least I believe daylight savings starts soon, so it'll go back to just being on that day instead of at 11 on.
Oh yeah, the calendars, the infamous calendars, when we'd have no idea when things are actually being released.
I have had so many people who are like, okay, you listed this date, you're wrong, and I'm like, no, it's that day. It's just actually that day at 11 p.m. And you're gonna have to, if you're not in the west coast of the United States or along that whole coastline, you're gonna have to, do some math, think a bit more, and come back to me.
But you are West Coast, so this is totally okay for you. But everyone else in the world is like, what is Sages talking about here? He misled me. Calendar.
There are people who are like, you lied about this. I'm like, no, It's still 11 p.m. on this day. Pretty good for me, thanks. Man.
So, you said, you've played, besides Fire Emblem then, you've had to been playing a lot. Like, I see your mascot here is from Yokai Watch, right? That's Jibanyan?
That's Tomnyan.
I can't. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
There are... But no, there's like so many Nyans and, cats and Yokai Watch. I've been waiting for Yokai Watch 3 to come out. It's never gonna happen, but I just took Tom Nyan because he's a cat, he has a guitar, and he's annoying. And that seems about right. I'm not a cat, but I am annoying, so figured it would fit pretty well.
Do you have a cat?
So
like an actual
no,
cat?
but I have a dog. It's kind of different.
Oh,
but they're
that's not what I was expecting.
No cat. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that depressed yet. I'm kidding,
but. So you said you went backwards with Fire Emblem then?
Yeah, pretty much. Awakening to that, yeah.
Like games before Awakening, or you mean like fades forward towards Echoes, like?
I went with Awakening, did Fates, did Echoes, and then from there I started working. I've basically played Path of Radiance and Sacred Stones. I'm still kind of working on Sacred Stones though. So.
Did you like them more or less than Awakening, or does Awakening just kind of have that kind of soft spot for since it was the first one?
I think that it's always kind of how that is with the first game in the series when you get it. It'll probably always be like that. But I did enjoy Path of Radiance a lot more than I thought I would.
So you can relate to Ike then. the Ike hype train.
Well,
the Ike hype train.
Well, good lord.
Do you actually like the new legendary Ike and how that was delivered to us, or? With 3 copies of Ike and such, and him winning voting ballots, and just so much Ike been throwing at us.
It seems to be the thing going on, Just we're getting a lot more versions of every character now. It seems. Now they're doing it in normal banners too, where it's just like, hey, here's another Crom. Hey, here's another another Erica or another Ike and things like that. It's crazy. But
how did you react to like Erica first getting an alt off of a non-seasonal banner? Did you feel pretty happy about that, or were you like
I found it kind of weird, mostly because like her tome is not something, she's not known for using tomes, and I guess they know what sells, basically, so they know Erica's popular, so they marketed that one, and they added, a few new units, and then they snuck in one that, will make more money. That's usually how this kind of works, So, I'm not too sure what else to say about that, other than, I guess it's just how it goes.
Was Fire Emblem your first, like, kind of like your first time trying a gacha game, or did you just kind of play Fire Emblem Heroes because it was Fire Emblem? Like, how was your approach to this?
Mostly I played Fire Emblem Heroes like a Fire Emblem game more than anything. The gacha stuff, I've had that before. I've had aspects of that before. I played Record Keeper, Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
I've always wanted to try that. I've always wanted to try that, but I never got around to it. I'm just too addicted to Fire Emblem now.
I did a bit of Brave Exvius, but like Exvius just like kills me with the drop rates and things like that, and all that. But basically, it's just all for Heroes. It was just something that worked out well enough, and I found it fun. So yeah. So
you played it because of Fire Emblem. I played it too, actually. I got into Heroes, just because I liked the fact that it was Fire Emblem. I was really excited to try it. I didn't even know what a gacha was until in Fire Emblem Heroes, and I didn't know what I was getting into as soon as I started clicking that summon button and like on every banner. And some of my funniest moments would have been like summoning on like the 4 healers gauntlet, or like or the sibling bonds with like 4 colorless Jafar and like Carol and Minion on that. Do you remember those days?
Oh god, yeah, those were. I will say Heroes had a rocky start with a lot of how they handled things.
And now we're more efficient with their alts and getting people into popular characters.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just. I mean, that was. I remember when stamina, we only had 50 stamina, and like their biggest update when it, like a month or two after, was like, well, you get 99 now, congrats. And then they had those banners that were just tossing a bunch of characters together that had no real rhyme or reason to it, be in there and together. I don't know, it's weird stuff.
I thought they might actually go back to that sort of style with the Fallen Heroes. They had like a mix again instead of a theme.
Yeah.
So that was that was really interesting.
Yeah, well, I guess the overall theme there was just to have a possession kind of thing going on, But I don't know what to say. Oh god, I see you over the summoning thing.
I'm tempted. God. Now I'm tempted. I have the presence of Sagemaster in my vicinity. How can I not feel obligated to press this button?
Is your luck going to exist, or is it going to fall into ruin?
Believe it or not, and my guys can attest to this very well, I don't have very good luck. I like to call it variance and try to play with the math, and I'm like, guys, save up 300 orbs, because you are probably going to be that 1 in 100 people that don't get it in 300 orbs. So this happened to me with, I think, Summer Robin on the last legendary banner. It took me like 400 orbs. But even that doesn't really compare to your gun throw, right? You used like 800 trying to get her, I believe. So that was
we
really
ask
bad.
You to bless the stream. Well, there you go. It's blessed for now, or cursed, depending on which you prefer.
Let's see what happens. Do we even get a green? Here we go. Oh, the one green from Sages.
Oh god.
Do you feel like summoning is maybe the most fun in this game, or do you feel like maybe it's not? What do you enjoy most about this game, Sages?
I enjoy building units more than anything, like just kind of growing them up and trying to make them into better. My more recent things that I've been getting into is actually taking units that aren't normally used. Like I'm working on a Fear right now, FIR, whatever you want to call her. And I've been working on her a lot lately, and that's just what I enjoy more. Summoning has become less fun. Oh, and by the way, congratulations on the 3-star Arthur, by the way.
No, it's typical summoning session for good old Akariss here.
But I mean, I don't really enjoy summoning too much anymore, because I used to like it, but like I would say about 4 or 5 months ago, it just kind of, once the legendary banners came into effect more and more, I kind of stopped really liking it all that much, just because legendary banners are so... Oh, I see that.
Yeah, what do you feel like the legendary banners maybe take the fun out of the regular banner summoning or such?
Well, no, it's just that there's a lot now more than ever. Like, before we used to get maybe 1 or 2 new banners. Now we get like, we get 3 banners, we get, sometimes they're specialty units, and then of course we have, the new legendary banners that has 1 new unit that if you're trying to pull for, you're gonna go crazy, things like that, it's... trying to snipe on a legendary banner is not fun, but...
I've seen the math. I've seen the math, and it's not pretty. I've had to recommend so many times to my guys, like, someone came in and they're like, I spent 60 orbs and I got a Shiro and 2 Summer Corins. Oh no, but I couldn't get legendary Ephraim. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, that's so good. You don't be upset with that. Like, you need at least about 160 orbs maybe to guarantee your chances of getting, you know, 1 hero from the legendary banners. But I always tell people you get really good value out of the 5 stars that you roll from legendary banners.
Yeah.
And I agree with you,
like,
actually. Totally agree.
Yeah. I mean, I just, you know, the uptake on summoning banners has been a little bit more than I'm just accustomed to, and honestly, legendary banners just aren't aimed at me. Like, you know, they're for people who just want powerful units, and I tend to be the one who just tries to snipe for a certain unit more than anything. So, you know, that's why, like, you know, legendary banners great for people who are new to the game, or, you know, are wanting a good hero, especially with that, or things like the Faucian banner, which is especially good for, you know, just rolling on great units.
Yeah, the Faucian banner was really good rates for reds, actually.
Yeah.
I believe it's like a 12.68% or something if you roll on a red. So
yeah.
I don't even have a plus 10 Crom. I've only had a plus 8 just rolling 4 stars. So I think maybe by the time that banner ends, I might want to try my luck to bring him back up to plus 10. But I know it's sniping. Another 3-star Arthur. Yeah, that's what people come to expect here, guys. This won't be Hector and this won't be Lilina. But yeah, I'm still pulling on things like the Love Abounds banner, because how can I?
Yeah.
It's just these quality units that won't come back for who knows how long. And because what you just mentioned, you know, sniping for those heroes, even when they make their return, will be harder than trying here, right? So
yeah.
I mean, I might as well go with what I have and hope for the best.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I usually, seasonal banners are usually the ones that I tend to aim more for. Honestly, even now, the reason why someone was like, you don't care about Morgan, it's less that I don't really, you know, it's less that I don't care, it's just more that they're going to be added to the actual pool later, so it's not like it's a big priority to aim for it. So.
Yep.
Oh, I saw that 3-star. Oh, it's a Cecilia.
We were going for the student, not for the teacher. But I guess it's fitting because I am a teacher, so I should be happy every time I see Cecilia. But
was I upset Sumia wasn't in the banner with Crom? Not really. I figure eventually she'll come, but I mean, Crom's gonna sell. That's the main priority. I really don't take it too much on a personal level there, you know, when it comes to these banners and things like that.
Now that you mention it, it's a little odd that I see Crom on the banner. I know Crom's really popular, but every time I'm playing with Crom, everyone's like, why are you using Crom? Like Lucina, like Mass Marth, like Alm, like Marth himself, like you're just using the worst one. And I'm like, guys, he's not that bad. And I have to like showcase this. I'm like, he has the highest defense and he will not even die to Effie. I mean, you maybe don't know this, but yeah, he actually doesn't die to Effie, and I'm like trying to show this how. Yeah, with steady breath and like this new refinement plus defense, he's like sky high defenses. But anyways, maybe that's something to consider. You know, people like to summon on a lot of these new banners, but what I've noticed when I check out everyone else's units, when I like to coach people here on the show, and I see a lot of people, they summon for these new units, but they don't even play with them. You know how many people I've seen with like level 1s of these new units, and they're like, you know, I summon for them, like, I don't want to play the game anymore. Like, is that a problem? Do you think people should actually just like, you know, try to maybe avoid the hype, or maybe they should give these characters some focus? I've
fallen into that. I've had issues where I'm just like, I got this new unit, cool, but then I'm just like, crap. What am I going to do with it?
I don't want to go into a training map. It's too much grinding.
I mean, admittedly, you know, it's a lot more productive when you have a training map that just continuously spawns enemies over and over and over and over. Yeah, I've fallen into that before, where it's just like, oh crap, I don't want to do that. But, you know, honestly, it's not so much the hype of summoning, it's just more the hype of trying to make a unit that you can enjoy, I think.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah.
Like, you know, if you can make you know, like as I said, I've seen people make crazy, Chroms, of course, are really, people make a lot of. I've gotten quite a lot of people sending me their Chrom builds, and they do some crazy stuff. And yours sounds great too. And then there's other characters like, let's see here. I've seen people make Henry into something that's, normal Henry that's just crazy.
Send me a link or like a file if you want me to showcase it here for everyone. I mean, I'm definitely curious what kind of stuff. You must get hundreds and thousands of these kind of things sent to you, right?
Oh God. Nice. Let me just open up my yeah, it's on blast. I'm sorry, but let me just, I have my Henry that I made, a little while ago. Let me just put it out there.
We're talking about regular Henry, right? Not the one that actually can kill stuff.
Yes. Normal, average, ordinary, everyday Henry, things like that. And this is what I've been mostly doing a lot more than, like, leveling up the 5-star units that are just new and amazing. Occasionally I do things, but I've been mostly just working on things like this. Let me just take that screenshot and get it set. But granted, he's not the most amazing, but because it's Henry. I hate to sound rude, but Henry's just, it's Henry. You're not gonna get too far with how that is. But when this is done processing, come on, okay. But
you feel like Halloween Henry maybe got a little bit forgotten with the fact that Tharja then followed up and then Lynn showed up and people just kind of forget about these characters. There's so many times people ask me about like these armored mages or something and I'm like, oh yeah, Winter Tharja's amazing, Lynn is amazing, what's the other one again? Like forgetting about him.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just like, oh, well, that's just kind of the way gachas go, I guess. Not every character is going to be around forever, but...
Forgotten. Feels bad.
Yeah, and then we, of course, have, if you look at... The one thing that you can notice as you look back at the past when it comes to heroes... oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm about to just show off your Henry that you sent me here.
Yeah, it's nothing too amazing, but it was fun to make, at least.
This is yours, right?
Yeah, that's mine. My 40 plus 10 4-star Henry. Yep, pretty much. But basically, the one thing that you'll notice with heroes when it started is that a lot of the heroes that came out during that time, they really did not have a defined purpose. Like a lot of the times, they didn't just put it out there and they just kind of gave them a hodgepodge of abilities. And then of course, you move on and you just, nowadays almost every character that comes out in a banner has its own, purpose. They have their skills that are made to be for that, and a lot of them are tailored made now. So, they have skills that are great to them and definable for them, so...
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for creations like this. I try to give those units that don't get a lot of attention love myself. I don't like Henry as a character, just that's a personal preference. Just from playing Awakening, I just didn't like his personality. But I'm not going to impose my opinions on others and say you can't like Henry. But I can totally respect the build and such. And I use characters like Merrick, and everyone's always like, "Oh, Merrick broke my pity raid," and I'm just like, "Dude, you should be happy. He's the most versatile green tome in the game. He can use any tome." And I'm like showcasing this, and people are like, "Oh my God, Merrick isn't that bad." So,
yeah, thing is, any character I feel can do a serviceable job, so that's why a lot of the time now it mostly comes down to me just making characters that aren't really meta, just kind of messing around with it. Like, I was psyched for Soren, and I'm kind of okay with his new weapon, but I'm not too sure how well it's gonna go. Things like that.
That's the one with the owl refinement, and what was the other effect again?
It's kind of like Gunthra's, where at the start of the turn...
chill attack, right? Where it lowers the attack to the highest attack unit. Yeah, that seems pretty good for something I'd expect out of Soren, actually, because he's the strategist and like the mastermind, and he's supposed to like outwit his enemies and such. So it feels like kind of fitting. The owl tome effect is really interesting too. It feels like he can just be a better Bowie, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but I think the real standout there was probably Sieglin, just because, you know, that effect is outrageous.
I am very excited to try that out tonight. Very excited.
I'm probably gonna go with that. So,
saving the dues, or do you already have?
I do. I have the Divine Dew ready. It's just I don't have the SP ready for her, so I'm gonna have to go and grind her up. But you know, a little bit. Look at that, Frederick. Jesus Christ.
So how many 5 stars would you have gotten by now, Sages?
I don't like discussing because people always get mad. Like, you know, I'm just going like, you know, I had people get mad at me because I got Eldigan, but the thing was during that banner, I just 5 times in a row Eldigan popped up. That's just how it happened.
Which banner was this?
No control over that.
Which banner?
That was back when that was
Ira's. Oh yeah, I watched
banner.
this. I watched this myself. I remember that. But I didn't get angry. I was like, you just broke the laws of mathematics. That's what I saw when I saw that. I'm like, this is not supposed to happen. But
I just it happened, and I couldn't. Oh, 3 greens, nice. Hope you enjoy your 3 mustachioed axe.
Of course, thanks for your curse. Yeah, I can relate though. Actually, on the most recent legendary banner, I pulled 8 summer Xanders with 450 orbs, and I didn't see a single gun throw. So I ended up merging him into a super hunk of a man in this game.
Of course, yeah, that's the way to roll, man. Ira banner, you mean Eldigan banner? Yeah, for me, basically.
Did you end up getting Ira from that banner? You did, right?
Yeah, I got her. Yeah, I got her in a few copies as well. So I mean, she's cool, but I really don't use Ira that much, honestly. Then again, I don't really use many of my +10s. The only one I really use is Fjorm. So, and that's just for solo challenges mostly.
Wait, did you just say Fjorm?
Yeah, I have Fjorm.
Oh.
Yep.
She's a joke here.
Yeah, I mean she kind of is.
But how have you used her? Have you just used her default kit, or maybe you can enlighten me on how to make her better? I'd love to hear it too.
Mostly for me, I gave her Steady Breath because of course, and she has skills that are, you know, just like Quick Riposte, Aether, and all that normal nonsense to just make her a little bit better at surviving. And I give her. I've made her solo GHBs before, like, you know, Infernal GHBs.
What? Really? Which one?
Yeah, I made. Xander. I couldn't do Miklas because Miklas just like. The joke is, Fjorm is with. The idea is to make a true solo because, you know, you don't want to have people who are going to be around her to buff her and things like that. So what I do is I make a team. I put Fjorm in there, and then I put in 3 Ogmas. That's her cheer squad, basically. That's the joke.
Three Ogmas. So she likes the burly. she likes the burly men. I see.
But yeah, and she's done Xander. She's done quite a few. She's soloed Oliver. I mean, she's not going to be able to do some of the more hardcore. Like someone told me go do Takumi. I'm like, that is not possible. That's not going to be able to. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. But you know. Things like that, but yeah, it's been fun.
Do you feel like
she's not exactly?
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. She's not exactly.
She's not exactly the best unit when it comes to that kind of stuff, but you know, she does her job, and I like it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely will give the credit where it's due for Fjorman. She's definitely a very strong, like, I'd say PvE content kind of character, meaning like if you're not going into the arena, her stats really help her a lot to deal with a lot of situations. But because she's not specialized, you know, that ends up hurting her a lot when you jump into those arenas and then you run into all those crazy armors and you're like, can you at least hurt the red over there that you're supposed to beat, please?
Yeah, I know. Armor Emblem in the last few months has just grown to ridiculous lengths, like seriously.
Which one gave you the most trouble recently?
Christmas Tharja in Arena more often than not is the worst possible thing that I've ever had to deal with. I've had to fight her with, you know, any sort of blue unit or anything. Thank God Micaiah exists now. That's all I gotta say, because I run her more often in Arena, because I run into a lot of Christmas Tharjas. Sometimes just not with armor emblem, but just kind of roaming out there, and she can be extremely annoying. Extremely annoying.
I can't wait to give her a try one day. I ended up skipping that banner, even though Micaiah was one of... I liked Micaiah a lot, but I had to...
Yeah.
I end up saving a lot, and I try to lead by example here with my guys, and, you know, if I say, you know, skip, you know, you'll get her later, I gotta lead by example sometimes. And,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty much to that point with the banner that's coming out tonight, because I'm just like, I don't know.
So do you end up playing a lot of Arena, or is that not your kind of thing?
I've been doing it for pretty much, you know, every week that I can, but I only do Arena as much as I can really stomach it for that week. You know, I try to make sure that maybe I'll go up a rank. I got to rank 20 like a week ago, and then I just basically went, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna take a break. Because as much fun as Arena can be, it's just a lot of the times I don't find it as interesting. I have a lot more fun making the builds than actually using them more often than not.
Yeah.
Funny how that is.
I love testing out new team comps. I love playing with the, you know, not so known characters, and I actually try to put them in Arena and stomach that sort of suffering that may be involved with some characters. You try to use Merrick sometimes, and the chat will pounce on me as soon as he doesn't fulfill his job properly. But then I also make fun of the chat when he just survives like melee attacks from like Ike or something that he shouldn't have any business surviving. And I'm like, if that was Nino, guys, if that was Nino, she'd be dead. So
man, makes me want to make a Merrick now.
Yes, join us. How many Merricks have you gotten just out of Pity Breakers? Plenty, probably.
Pity Breakers for that one? Honestly, I don't think I've gotten too many of him. The more often than not, I end up getting Hawkeye or, you know, one of the other ones. I only have one 5-star Merrick.
Sounds like you mispronounced that. I think it's called Hot Guy.
Sure. For some people, yeah. I mean, you gotta have the muscle men available for some people. I mean, that's pretty much the only reason Grima won. He showed his nipples, and then everyone was like, "Oh, I'm game."
It even outbeat Celica. I guess there was. Everyone joined on that bandwagon. I chose the wrong team, apparently. I was trying to choose the winning team, and I predicted wrong. So. My loss of 500 feathers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably work on a Merrick once I'm done with Fear, so I'm just gonna... I've been having fun with her. Let's just say that free Vanguard Ike went to a very good use, but I know some people might not like that, but
yeah.
Honestly...
I was sending my votes to Tharja, and not because she's in a bikini in winter and during winter,
but... she was a really good unit.
Exactly.
Really
not only that,
unit,
but I actually feel like Tharja gets too much hate that she doesn't deserve. I actually liked her character in Awakening, and you've played Awakenings, you should know, maybe, that she wasn't actually like this.
I found her, you know, I didn't necessarily enjoy her character that much. You know, she was just kind of weird to me, but, like, I found not only her Christmas, you know, thing hilarious because she's trying to act normal, you know, normal, quote unquote, which for, you know, her is always kind of a weird thing, but, and, that's just, you know.
Well, everything
I mean, oh,
sorry.
wow, look at all of that. Yeah, look at that, lovely... Good lord, I hope you know, don't get something crazy with that.
Here we go.
I mean,
sorry, continue.
Like, I made a video that was like, hey guys, Tharja's just a great unit, maybe you should vote for her, and, you know, just because I felt she was probably the strongest unit, and a lot of the comments were like, oh great, you're just doing that because she's wearing a bikini and things like that, and it's like, yeah, that's the reason. Not because she's a great unit, just because, you know, why not? Oh, we're gonna roll on colorless, I see.
I don't have the boy, so I tried. Oh, I got the free 3 heroes.
Yeah, one of those free heroes. Good stuff.
So speaking of 3 heroes, and maybe people who enjoy casually playing Fire Emblem Heroes, do you think they're going in the right direction with the new modes? Maybe with tap battle. Like, is there enough content for those of us that don't really want to play arena? Like, I like to play it competitive. I like to be like, trying hard, and I get a lot of thrill out of that. But I understand, there's a lot of people that maybe just don't want to play arena. Maybe they just want to play a different mode and still, have fun, play with their units. And what do you think about that? I heard really good things about rival domains already, but I haven't tried it personally.
Yeah, I haven't tried rival domains just yet. Mostly because I've been sick, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Not only that, Gardens has a lot of rewards, like some really nice rewards out there, and it's going to be a weekly thing that's refreshed, so I don't see any reason not to. I'm hoping for more, dedicated content that's a little bit more difficult. Like, I like the Takumi Grand Hero Battle. Like, that one was fun. I like the developer challenges that they bring out occasionally too. Things that are difficult, but not just because some guy has a bunch of time on your hands, me.
Wait, you mean Riss's team with the shield, pulse, quick impulse, ice mirror, Fjorm?
Like crazy things like that, I feel like it would, I enjoy those, but I don't necessarily enjoy arena because of just a lot of the times I run into more of the same. Yeah, more of the same kind of deal. And I remember watching
some of your old videos, and it was back in the days with Reinhardt everywhere. So
yeah, he was everywhere. I mean, it's just he's still everywhere technically. Aw, you got a dragon. Not quite a dragon we would expect, but got a chicken.
I'm happy with the chicken. I actually didn't have many chickens, so this is finally something out of 50 orbs already. So.
Oh God! Well, I'm sorry you're killing your orbs just because I'm here.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was planning to do this. It's the last day, so there's no harm. And I feel like maybe if we believe in superstition, that maybe you'll bring the good luck. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. My luck, my luck kind of died a while ago, I think. But we'll see.
What was your most recent example of good luck and bad luck? Do you remember?
Like the craziest luck that I can think of was, New Year's banner. The first, like, I had no orbs. I didn't really want to bother with that. Too much. I was gonna just be like, okay, next time I get paid, maybe I'll, toss some orbs in there. But I summoned on my free summon and got New Year's Azura, which was like, oh, okay, thanks. And
I can relate, but on my free-to-play account, so not my main. And I'm like, no. Well, I mean that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I get that. But my worst amount of luck would probably be the Valentine's Day banner. I think I rolled like 400 orbs and got maybe 1 5-star that was like, and it was like Roy, and he had like minus defense and like plus res or something like that, and it was just like, oh.
Speaking of Roy, it seems like he's been forgotten in this game. Even Leo got some love before he did.
Yeah, and Leo's not even that great, unfortunately. I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's gonna fix Leo. Poor Leo.
Oh, I don't even have him, so I can't even try it out. I wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah, the one problem I have with that is just like, I mean, I guess this is just something the Gardens will fix. Is Divine Dew's kind of rare.
Yeah. I mean, we've been getting so many refinements lately that I've seen people really say like, oh, there's not enough dew. Like, I can't keep up with all these updates and such. But I mean, they're gonna run out of people to give refinements to, maybe, or maybe they're gonna give the whole cast unique weapons or something. Like, where do we go from here? It seems
I
like
don't
they're
know.
giving Soren, they're giving like Raven, like all these characters. So are we gonna go through 200 like special weapons for everybody in the game?
The day that Henry gets his own weapon is the day that everyone dies. But no, I don't. I think they're trying to. This is something that I will give IS at least props to is. They're going back and they're looking back at characters that are not used as much, and if they are they could stand to do better, at least from what I can tell. And they're going back and they're like, okay, well, how about we give them a new weapon and try to ease them up a bit. Like, meanwhile, other gacha games are like, okay, well, here's that character, but here they are in a swimsuit, and naturally they're better than their previous
In a
incarnation.
swimsuit.
It's just like I'm looking at you, Sword Art Online, whatever, but that's basically the normal gacha thing.
Yeah, it feels like the weapon thing is weapon refinement is their kind of way of strengthening the old characters in a way, giving them a chance. And I like that a lot, especially since I use somebody like Felicia myself. So at some point I'm gonna feel happy that I can use something unique to her.
Yeah, and then eventually, we'll probably get Felicia in a new form or something. But I'm sure they are well aware that Roy needs his binding blade to actually be something other than Jesus Christ, he got a Kagero.
I have like 13 of these, by the way.
But
yeah,
I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Oh, you're even clapping for me like the rest of chat always does. I just imagine you with a troll face and a clap, like, yes, you got Kagero. But she's not. Soth just kind of like outpaced her now. I don't see. This is like an example of a character now that needs her own weapon because Poison Dagger is unheritable. So what do we do with Kagero?
Yeah, I mean, like Soth outdid so many people. Like, I mean, daggers before then were just like. And then in comes Soth and weapon refinements that's just already there, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. But
and I have fetch cats. Sorry guys.
What if Roy became a legendary hero and Binding Blade was oh god, don't you know what, I just Reunion, you're probably IS is listening right now and they're probably like, get on it, let's do this.
Yep.
Because
it's happening.
I'm pretty sure that he'll probably pop up as a legendary hero sooner or later because Ephraim Ike was there, things like that. So
that precedent has been set now. We can totally expect all the popular characters to just show up as legendary heroes, and the fact that they're on legendary banners with limited availability and it's harder to snipe for them means cha-ching.
More money!
Cha-ching for IS.
It's raining money!
They figured out how to make the gacha even better for themselves and worse for all of us. Unless you like the other colors. That's the catch. If you actually like the 3 colors, then it ends up being pretty good value. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much expecting that, and yeah, I expect the next legendary hero to be a colorless dragon, probably, based on what I've seen, because everyone keeps pointing out.
Yeah, that seems like what people are saying, that the next legendary hero might be the colorless dragon, because have you considered that they only use 5-star exclusives in legendary banners? So that means that their only 5-star exclusive literally left is Mist. They've gone through all of them. So what are they going to do?
Please, Jesus.
It means we're going to get a colorless legendary hero and Mist is going to share that color.
No!
I predicted 100% happening.
You blew it up!
I know it's going to happen now because they've only used 5-star exclusives. So are they just going to repeat other ones, or are they just going to go through the whole pool? Either way, people are going to be, they're going to be raging. They're going to be like, oh my god, I got 3 mists, 4 mists, couldn't get that awesome new dragon.
Yeah, that would kill me, and it probably is going to kill me.
But what could a colorless dragon be? I've played through most of Fire Emblem, and I've never seen a dragon that kind of follows that.
I'm not sure, and I'm thinking like, would it be any different from what the dragons are right now, or is it just a dragon that's just for some reason colorless? It's hard to say. But
yeah, it might be a unique character again. Or maybe like a reskin of another dragon? Like, who's the most popular dragon? Is that like a Noe or something?
Tiki tends to pop up a lot. I'm sure we could probably get... Tiki's probably would probably be the biggest one, but I mean, there's all sorts of other dragons that I mean, Nils, all these... Could even be an original character too, you know? Because they like doing that occasionally.
They seem to be going with the popular stuff, so I definitely don't think they'll throw out like a Path of Radiance. What is it, Degencia?
Yeah.
Like Nazir? I don't think they're gonna throw those out. So.
What would happen if it's just Naga for no reason? Just Naga shows up and it's just like, bam. Hey, look, you got a horse lady.
Again, not the one I wanted. I wanted the other one.
Damn it.
You've come to taste the typical summoning session of Akariss. Yep.
Yeah, that's... I mean, the typical summon session for mostly everyone nowadays.
Yeah, with us being so saturated in these pools. I agree. So,
I mean...
what about the social aspect of the game? What do you think about that? Like the friends list, rival domains.
They're actually they're actually using that now, which I've heard is actually implemented pretty well. So I'm game. I'm hoping that they'll continue to support the friends list. I'm hoping that they'll add more, slots for the friend list, please.
Have you had people angrily message you now saying, "I'm going to unsub because you're not going to add me to your friends list, Sages"?
I have not had that yet, but now that you've said it, it's bound to happen. But
expect your messages to be filled with that soon enough.
But like I've had people just go and they're like, "I want to be on your friends list." And I'm like, I can't fit you. I can, I go through occasionally and remove people who have obviously like quit the game or things like that, haven't shown up in a while. But even then, there's a very high attach rate from what I can tell for people playing this game, so...
No, for sure. People love this game, and I love it too, man. You gotta admit you love it too.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad that they're bringing in the social aspect a lot more. I'm hoping that, they'll continue this. I don't think they're gonna go full-blown, hey, it's, PvP, active PvP together, play, fight against your friends, but...
I think the co-op aspect is much better than a competitive aspect between your friends or other players. I would love us to be connected, not divided.
Yeah, I would like a kind of raid boss kind of mechanic, fight like, maybe just like actual Grima, things like that,
It would make sense. It really would.
And that would be something I would be down for, it's just great, but... It's
already been spoiled anyways. Cat's out of the bag.
I always found it hilarious how it's like, Zelgius rolls around and people are like, they spoiled it. And it's like, yeah, they did. They didn't bother to change his armor. They just went and here he is in Black Knight armor, damaged and everything. Hope you're ready.
Feels bad, man. I really wanted the red armor, personally, but they didn't pull through.
And then, of course, they pulled out all this other stuff with Harden and, Grima and Celica. Gee, I wonder what happened in those games.
Yeah, seriously. I've never played the one from Harden. Did you play that one? Or
no, I haven't, but I do know his ending, or at least how he ends up going down.
Was that spoiled for you, or did you just research it?
I researched it. I ended up researching a lot of the games. The only, Thracia is the one that I've been wanting for a while, and it. I've been researching that, and it's good to see that they're coming, but,
Is it because of Reinhardt? Did you research it because of Reinhardt?
I researched it because Genealogy, came out a while ago, and I was like, oh, Thracia, that's that one that Tiny Hand band is from, so I should probably look into that one. And that's
Tiny Hand!
Magic is everything, but it just can't fix those tiny, tiny hands.
Indeed. And in contrast, though, Grima's got big hands.
Yeah, he definitely does. Also, by the looks of it on the art for, Leaf and everything, looks like he also has tiny hands, so...
The Thracia characters are cursed. There's no escaping it.
There's gotta be something in the water in that place. Like, seriously, what the hell?
Yep. What about newer players? What would you recommend like a newer player to kind of get involved with the Fire Emblem Heroes community? What should they do? Should they check out websites to get informed? Should they join Discord communities? Should they watch YouTube? Like, is there something you'd recommend
Honestly,
someone starting out to do?
The fun part about the community is that there is a lot of breadth to it. You know, a lot of actual amount of things that you can find that, you know, from YouTube to Reddit to Game Press to all that other stuff. You can really find any sort of information to work with, and you can find all sorts of entertaining people to be a part of and talk to and just have fun stuff with that. So definitely I would say engage in what you can.
Any particular outlets, like, you know, maybe someone
I like Game Press myself. Game Press is full of a lot of great people. They tend to be super helpful, and they have all sorts of, you know, guides and every character that you have. Like, I've submitted user builds myself and things like that. So
what did you send? Just out of curiosity, was it the Henry?
No, I've submitted several builds for let's see here. I submitted my Fjorm build, but then again, like, the Fjorm build that was up there was pretty much my build anyways. And then just you know, I think I've done a few. I'm working on one for my Fear, whatever her name is. You know, she has like 3 letters in her name. What is that? Anyways, but no, I've been working on probably, you know, submitting that. But then again, you know, just it's really cool to be able to go there and just look up builds of what you might think. You know, just like there's always suggested builds, and there's also user-driven stuff, and I like looking at that, and I like looking at other people's ideas of what to make and stuff like that, because it's always fun for me.
You definitely, I like that you don't just play with the newest characters, and you like to give those older ones a chance. Is there any that are your favorites, particularly, like of those old ones? Maybe they don't get enough attention?
The ones that I really love, at least, there was one character that I always wanted to really build, and it wasn't something I could do at the time, and that was, it's gonna be really stupid, but it was Bartrey. Just because, funny story to that one. When it came to greens, right? I every time I rolled, greens, it was either Camilla. My first green that I actually got was Bartrey.
First ever.
And first ever green. And then after that, I kept getting stalked by Camilla, like, obsessively. And I back then, I really wanted to make him into something amazing. And I'm still probably going to do that. And I'm really hoping that our mustachioed friend will eventually get a actual weapon and an update and things like that. But
what would his weapon be, anyways?
I don't know. A mustache comb? I don't know.
They go full meme here, like how they gave a tomato tome to Leo, for instance. They know their memes, okay? They know their memes.
Yes, they do.
So
I mean, the newest Crom, when he attacks, is literally saying, "I'm helping. I'm helpful. I'm doing things."
Totally. Wow. So, what do you think of maybe Fire Emblem Heroes is like a long-term kind of game? Do you think we'll be here in a few years? Are we gonna chat again, Sages? Maybe in a year? Is this game gonna last?
Not in a year, but you know.
No, I mean hypothetically speaking, I see in a couple of weeks or a month or something. But I mean, like in a month, in a year, maybe 2 years. Do you think this will still be going on, or is everyone gonna be moving on?
I mean, eventually, I feel, you know, just like every other game like this, it may run its course. It's just kind of how it goes. But I'm going to stick with it until I find it less fun to myself. You know, just when I stop finding enjoyment, I'll probably taper off myself. But until then, I'm probably going to be around and just enjoying the game as it is. That's just usually how I see it. But as for everything else, I could still see it going for several years. I mean, there's still last I saw, the user engagement and people who were starting to play the game had gone up from the start of, you know, from the start of launch.
Do you see that from your YouTube as well? Like from more activity, more of the community getting involved?
yeah, there's more activity, more new players who come in and ask questions and talk to me on the Discord as well. But it's probably going to taper down eventually. It's just kind of how it goes. But right now, I still see it going for a few years. So definitely something fun, I hope, until they do Fire Emblem Heroes 2.
Fire Emblem Heroes 2, whoa. Is that where we're going?
I really freaking hope not.
Are we transferring our characters over there? Can I transfer over my plus 10 Niles, please?
Turns it.
Do you ever play Warriors, by the way?
Yeah, I did. I played it all in Japanese when it first came out, and then I did not play any of the English version. I bought the English version and got that, and I was like, oh, cool. I like this a lot, and then I was like, you know what? I had my fun going through it in Japanese. I think I'm good. Hi. Sorry, I'm rambling and not paying attention to chat, but hi. Anyways,
I don't want to keep you here forever, Sages. We've been here for an hour, so maybe we can answer some questions if you want to.
Sure.
I mean,
sure. Let's go.
All right, guys. You can give Sages. He can give you. We can give you some of our time. Go ahead and ask us questions. We'll definitely.
Yeah. Have you gotten anything yet, by the way, while you were summoning? That's my question to you.
No, 80 orbs, and I've seen 2 Arthurs, 2 Cecilias, Freddy. This is to be expected. I mean.
Yeah, I hate this game. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Are you happy with the amount of ults that have been added to this game? Yes and no. Okay, to give you an example, I something like original, like Erica, now that we have her as a tome unit, I really feel wasn't necessary because that not only that, but they gave a tome that belonged to someone else kind of to her, which I feel kind of dumb, but that's kind of the example. I don't really mind things like Chrom, where it's just like, oh hey, it's him but different, and he has an evolved form of his own weapon. Sure, I'll go with that. Oh, you got Hector, dude.
Thanks, man. See, as soon as we gave some attention to the chat, it happened. I told you. You started looking at the chat, you started talking about the ults, and I just clicked the button, and boom, there he is.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my attention span's a little more than I'm just looking over. I'm like, wow, he got a Hector, and then it took a second to sink in. And I'm like,
did you look at the chat and everyone just started spamming?
Yes, I was like, hey, wait a second, what's going on in the chat too? I'm like,
I'm pretty happy about this, but for sure, I see people definitely still want to ask you stuff.
Third, I've been wondering since I watched your video, Sages, what is your belief for playing the game? For me, when it comes to Heroes, I just like to have fun with it. Like, that's kind of how I always try to make my content, is I don't want to be anything else other than myself just having fun with it, because if you're not having fun with it and you're just kind of forcing yourself to play it, it's, just for YouTube and things like that, then you don't. But for me, I just want to make sure that I'm having fun, I'm making things that I want, and that's the end result, and that's why I continue to do Heroes, pretty much, and that's my belief in it. Whose voice is worse, Mia or Lilina? Mia! I will give a special shout out to Mia, because when I first got her, I'm like, oh, cool, and then I clicked on her and she started talking, and I'm like, no, and then I left.
Hey, come on, I love Mia.
I love her, but sometimes that, like, I don't know why, but the voice just threw me off so badly when I first got her. I'm like, oh.
Aw, feels bad.
How do you feel about Intelligent Systems not getting rid of the enemy phase music? What's enemy phase music? I'm kidding, but you mean the music that's always playing? I'm kidding, but jeez.
I mean, I actually just started playing with the in-game music and accepted our fate that we're just going to forever listen to the in-game music, and I've tried to get adjusted to it. I've just accepted our fate, and that's how it has become.
As a new player, in what aspect of game would you recommend focusing? Well, for me, I would say aim to try and complete the story, obviously. Upgrade your castle. Make sure everything is, copacetic there, because, that gives bonus EXP. And then from there, just try and make some units. Try and have some fun with it. Now that we have newer game modes, you kind of really don't have to do too much, like, arena and things like that. But if you're talking about summoning or anything like that, that's a whole other mess. Simply just try to aim at getting orbs, do some story, and not worry too much about arena. Just build some characters, and that's pretty much it. Have you ever read the FE manga? If you do, what's your favorite? Are we talking about? I have not read any of the actual manga. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't actually read it. So sorry. Do you have a 5-star Odin plus 10? No, but that actually sounds pretty fun. I think I might try that.
Yes. Join me. Before Owen is released.
Yeah, I like how I don't know if you noticed this, but in the data there's more maps coming out because of warriors, and since Owain isn't in the game, they just used Odin's picture.
Oh yeah, because you're supposed to be able to unlock Owen soon in Warriors.
What do you think of Oscar? I use Oscar a lot. I have an Oscar. He's really, really good. Let me just pull up real quick. I'll show you my Oscar in a second, because I really like him. He's a fun one, and I use him in my Cavalier team to drag enemies back and just beat them to a bloody pulp, basically, if they don't die automatically from him. If you merge a 5-star plus 10, does it only cost... Oh, God. It costs less than 20k, but I really don't suggest doing that, because you lose your merges, which is not the funnest thing out there. But yeah, that's my Oscar right there. And I use him a lot.
He seems legit, actually. He does have pretty good offensive stats from what I checked out, so...
Yeah.
Is this plus attack?
I believe so, yes. Who's your favorite FE waifu? I will always want I always want Samia, just because I got her killed first, and she was my first actual legitimate murder, because I got her killed in the first stage she showed up, because I played on actual normal, not casual mode, and she died, and I was like, oh, that was not planned.
Wait, you won her because you killed her?
Just so we're clear, that is an old picture. I actually just pulled that out of it. Yeah.
Is he more than plus 6 then?
No, he's still plus 6, but he has quite a lot of more use from that one. So, did you finish Fates? If yes, who is your fave? Fates, Oh God. I really liked Arthur in Fates, just because he was always unlucky, and that was something I could relate to. And then this happened, but no. Trying to think. I liked Effie as well, but probably my favorite would go to Keaton, just because of how crazy his supports were. Just hilarious stuff. Anyways, yeah.
I see a question. I see a question that says, "Who's your waifu and husbando?" I guess who's your favorite female and male characters?
Samia from Awakening, and probably, when it comes to waifus right now, I'm not too certain about that one, but I'll just go with the classic and just say Lucina was probably one of, not Lucina, husbando. God, what am I thinking?
Lucina husbando. Okay.
Yes,
I fell for that trap.
I'll probably just go with. The obvious one that introduced me was Marth in Smash Brothers, so I'll probably just go with Marth. Because that was where it all started.
Speaking of characters that don't have alternate skins.
Yeah. Oh well, we don't talk about that because that makes people sad. Marth doesn't have an alt skin. He's still.
He's gonna be the colorless dragon plot twist.
You say that, but then it happens, and then we all just get upset.
Would you be upset with that? Would we be
No, not
upset?
really.
I don't even know like what that would be.
Are you kidding me? It's the Fire Emblem community. They would get upset if something good happened, and then they'd just be like, "This is crap." I'm mostly just exaggerating there, but I've had people like when Ephraim came out.
Okay,
like,
sorry, I have to
not
scream.
Mark."
I have to scream. What? Did that just happen?
Well, speaking of an alt, there you go.
What? I skipped this banner, by the way. This is what I tell people. I always skip permanent banners, and then this happens. I get characters that I don't have because I skip these banners. And today I'm actually going to be using Erica. Sorry, Sages, I had to interrupt you. That was
No, that's
crazy.
fine. I'm glad you got her. It's great.
100 orbs, now it's officially worth.
I mean, Hector and her. Yeah, I'll definitely. What is this? Delete. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So let's see what her stats are then, shall we?
Here comes the minus attack.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh boy, guys, don't spam minus attack. You're making me sweat. I don't want her to actually be minus attack. Please don't be minus attack. Plus res, minus defense. Okay, that's actually
well,
fine.
that's not bad. That's actually decent. Cool.
Ooh, dodge the bullet.
Minus attack. Time to fodder her off. Okay.
Oh
now,
no. She doesn't actually have any skills for inheritance, so I guess I'd just be using her. Speaking of alternate skins, we were just talking about it, see?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm sorry, I may skewer this name. Pesky, I believe. Pesky, Pesky V. Should I? I would really like a dancer on my team. Should I waste resources building an Olivia or wait for Azura Ninian on a legendary banner? Build Olivia. She's a fantastic sword unit. She can be pretty great at what she does, and dance is just valuable. That's pretty much it.
I completely agree with Sages. Unless you're doing something like Arena Assault, I guess, where you need more than one, but yeah. Oh. Well, it looks like that was pretty great. I mean, on the summoning session. I'm still
that was. You're still taking a second to get over this. It's okay. Don't worry.
I know. Forgive me. So, anyone else you want to look at? We don't want to keep you here forever, Sages. I mean,
well, I'm just. What do you? Well, let me just ask you this question, since you invited me. Are you excited to see what's going to be at the Nintendo Direct today? Huh?
I am actually very much excited, especially if it has Fire Emblem content. The last few have actually been quite disappointing for me, though. I remember watching them, and there's all these like third-party games I've never heard about, and I'm like, what is this filler content? Show me what I want to see. Or I saw something like Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3. Those are pretty hype for me because I like those games a lot.
Yeah. I like Dark Souls and I like Bayonetta, so I'm game for those. But yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Also, what do I think of Chill Skills? I'm game for them showing up more often because we definitely need some meta changing abilities. How much do you like FGO, and are you gonna play the Japanese version someday? I like FGO, but it doesn't run very well on my tablet, like at all. I don't know why. It just like it drops frames like crazy.
What do you have for a tablet, by the way?
My tablet is an NVIDIA Shield. K1, whatever it's called. I got it because it has a really nice option to HDMI out, which just goes straight into the capture card, and I don't have to.
I think I'll message you about that later. I'm using a phone, so I feel a little like behind the times. For some advice. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I use. What banner do you remember spending too much on, and what is the banner you think you didn't spend enough on? I spent way too much on the first legendary banner because I was like, oh boy, 8%, this is going to be amazing! And it kind of wasn't. And what I didn't spend enough on, the first Easter banner, because I really wanted, I was waiting for that Easter Lucina for a long time after that, and I really wanted her.
Did you end up getting her?
Yeah, I did. I got her in forget, was she in that legendary banner? I think she was. She was in one of them. I forget which.
The second one, I think.
I'm not sure why it doesn't run too well. I think it might be because it's running low on space, and I need to get a new an SD card. So, basically, I also need to update it too. So could be a lot of things. Chill seals are lazy and poorly designed. Fight me. Oh, well, we'll have to. We'll have to fight.
Time and place.
Time and place. I'll meet you at PAX or cash you outside, whichever one you prefer. Should I plus 10 my Barst? Yes.
Just that's it. That's all you need.
I mean, chances are, if you're asking that, you probably already have a plus something Barst, so go right ahead. Confirm, deny. You played Awakening on casual difficulty when you first started. No, actually, I played that on the normal mode, and I tranked it. And I also went into hard mode because, oh, this is going to be easy. Because I thought it was going to be easy. It was not. I, of course, changed my ways afterwards. I think I restarted on, normal mode, casual.
After you played Awakening, did you start playing on the same difficulty levels, or did you try to amp it up on the other ones?
I tried. I eventually went. I think I played through Awakening 3 or 4 times. So I did one Let's Play of it, and it was like that. But, I did eventually crank up the difficulty on that on my 3rd playthrough. It's just, at that point, I actually gotten, accustomed to the game, so I wasn't terrible. Usually, which is, just kind of how it goes. Anyways, what do you think about Odin? Would you like to see him as an alternative skin with higher B? I would like to see him actually, get some credit where he deserves. Who is a FEH I follow? I really like Dire Thunder. He does a great job. And I also am pretty good friends with IDC SAO. He does a lot of meme stuff, and I enjoy his content too. Those are probably the 2 that I really enjoy, and of course Mamo DX.
Remember, guys, we're fans too. We're not some super beings here. We just love the game as much as you guys do.
And I do apologize. I'm going to have to mute myself because I'm about to cough really badly. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Anyways.
Welcome back.
Oh, Sacred Lance too. I've actually started watching him too. I kind of forgot.
You didn't catch on to the joke.
Wait, what now?
No. Okay, I'll give you the background behind this. One of my YouTube comments was that Mr. Akariss, has no charisma, and they prefer watching Lubu over me. This was when I did my podcast with Lubu. And the comments was I like watching
Sacred
Lubu.
Spear. God damn it, I'm
Sacred
stupid.
Lance. Yes, he said Sacred Lance in the comments. So I showed it to my guys here. I'm just hey guys, so this guy likes watching Sacred Lance, and I tried looking for Sacred Lance on YouTube, and it didn't exist.
Are you serious? Oh my god. I'm an idiot too. Jesus freaking Christ.
No,
okay.
you got it. You got the bait. You fell for the bait. I can't believe my chat did that though.
No charisma. I really don't see that. But yeah, Sacred Spear. I've seen a few of his videos too. I just haven't really. I mostly I kind of dabble with what pops up. Sometimes his does. Sometimes more often than not, Dire Thunder shows up. It's weird, but Sacred Lance. Maybe I'm the one who did it.
What? That was you?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But
thanks for the comment. Yeah, that's a meme copy pasted in chat, by the way. That was a comment that we had.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much all we do on my YouTube is memes. But no, occasionally I actually talk about something serious, but usually it's just memes.
It's great to listen to Sage's videos if you're just kind of going to work on the subway or on a bus. Just kind of not all of his content needs to be all visual, and I kind of appreciate that about you, Sage, that I can just tune in and listen to something, hear your opinion and just kind of enjoy the ride while not having to visually look at it. So I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I mean, that means a lot. That's what I try to do mostly. Is I try to keep it down to earth and just kind of have my fun of it. That's mostly how it goes. But what do you think about Olivia versus? Oh God, and Redeemers? Oh my God, what?
What is that?
I don't even remember that, honestly.
What is that? I don't get the reference.
I don't know myself. I'm not too sure. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay. Rogues and Redeemers 3. Okay. That was the challenge map. I actually did not do that. I don't think. Huh. Yeah, it was a Xenologue. Okay. Yeah, that's something I missed, I believe. It had Eldigan as a boss. I didn't even... Oh,
I think
God.
I must have played it, but I just don't remember it. Yeah. It's been years.
Yeah, I honestly did not do that one. Sorry. Well,
So
hoping Walhart next GHB, that would be cool.
Yeah, considering the Zephiel Grand Hero battle return, now that I think about it, it does kind of make sense with Chrom. Chrom being like the exalted king, and then Zephiel being like the king as well. So I don't think any of us kind of saw that coming. Of course, I expected like another alternate skin, which but I wasn't expecting like Chrom, and then it kind of still fits the theme with Zephiel, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping for something nice there. We'll see what happens. Should probably get a new timeline soon. So, what FE game you really want to play? I really want to play Genealogy, but I probably will try the translation when I get the chance, but I still kind of hold out hopes that maybe one day we'll get a actual re-release of it, a remake in the form of Echoes, but that probably will never happen.
Did you just read the one that I just saw there? Yes, you did.
You mean today is Women's Day, and you think FE's shown proper respect to the ladies? Well, I'm just gonna throw this out here, okay? All you have to do is Google Winter Tharja, and then you have my answer. There you go.
Ouch.
I mean that more jokingly than anything, but yeah. I mean, surprisingly, a lot of the females in this game don't necessarily just show off boobs and butts and stuff like that. So they do just fine, I think. Of course, then there's the occasional Loki and but that's just kind of how it goes. All
right, Sages.
Alrighty.
If I'm not holding you forever here, I do appreciate you coming by.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun, really. And thank you, chat, for being so nice and talkative and filled to the brim with memes, mostly. So and that's always fun.
Always. Hopefully there wasn't any bullying going on. We all love each other, and everyone's a happy person here. But yeah, thank you so much. I think hopefully in the future we can, maybe make this happen again. Maybe invite more friends and have some great chats down the line. I really appreciate you coming by, and
it's been a lot of fun. I thank you guys for having me, and thank you for hosting this whole thing. Oh my God.
They probably want you to stay forever, but you probably
I'll probably pop in chat and just be like,
lurk and say hello. There he is.
Memes!
There he is.
Anyway.
Thank you, Sages. We'll be sure to watch some of the stuff coming down, because you always bring great stuff.
Oh yes.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you,
no
man.
problem. I need an excuse to actually use that, so I guess I'll just say later, nerds. So catch you guys later.
See you later. I do hope you guys enjoyed his company. Sage is an awesome guy. If you don't know who Sage is, it's a Sagemaster15 on YouTube. Just Google. Don't Google. You can Google it or YouTube Sagemaster, and you'll see his amazing videos. They're great to listen to. If you want some laughs, some memes, just a great personality to listen to while you're on your way to work, on your way to school, and such.